GCF LCM mixture problems that we were talking about that I was going to do a video for, where we can discuss which one is which, if it's GCF or LCM, and how we can tell. Again, we don't have a document camera, so we're going to kind of blow this up and see if the larger print is a little bit easier to follow, so you can focus on just one at a time. So let's look at number one. Pause the video, try it on your own, and then come back and check it with my work. Okay, so you should have paused the video, read the problem. Jose, the first part that's off is right here, just a name. Jose decided to find his lucky number by finding the GCF of his birthday and birth month. Jose's birthday is July 21st. Okay, so they already tell us it's GCF. So we know with GCF, the first thing, remember we're going to work backwards. We need to find factors. Factors is breaking down, and we're getting smaller. They gave us his birthday, July 21st. So at first it appears there's only one number. But remember that the months of the year also have numbers associated with them. So July, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. July is the 7th month. And then his birthday is the 21st. So we actually have two numbers that we can find factors for. Now 7 we know is a prime number. So all my factors that I'm going to find for 7 is 1 and 7. But for 21, 21 is not prime. So I know I can start with 1 and 21. And then if I'm not sure what to break it down by, I can come over here into a tree. But as I go through my facts, the only ones that come up are 3 and 7. Well, 3 and 7 are both prime. That just means that besides 1 and 21, the only other factors for 21 are 3 and 7, and that's it. Okay, so remember the C in GCF just says common, and remember common are just same. So what's the same between the two? Well, they both have a 1, and they both have a 7. So my common factors are 1 and 7. Then I come to the G. Remember, G means greatest. My GCF, or my greatest common factor, is going to be my 7, because 7 is the greatest out of the common factors. So my answer here should have been C. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Okay, Sheila has math class in room 42 and English class in room 36. The greatest common factor of these two numbers is the room number where the science class is held. Which classroom does Sheila go to for science? So go ahead and pause the video, try this one on your own, and then come back and check with me. Okay, so you should try this one on your own. And what we find is, again, this one tells us it's GCF. And they give us the two numbers, room 42, room 36. So remember, we're going to work backwards, and the F means factors breaking down. So I'm going to start with 42. And 42 is a larger number, and I'm not sure of all the factors. So I'm going to go ahead and break it down using my factor tree. And if I'm not really great at my facts, nothing's coming to my mind about 42. But I do recognize that there is a 2 in the ones place, and I know by my divisibility rules that I know this can be divisible by 2. So I know 2 times something will give me 42. So I just split that in half, and I know 2 times 21 gives me 42. So I've at least got my starting point. 2 is prime, so I'm going to circle it, I'm going to leave it alone. Well, 21 we just did. That was 3 and 7, and both of those were prime, so I'm going to circle those and I'm done. Prime factorization, 2 times 3 times 7. Okay, so my factor T, I always start with the 1, and then I look at my prime factorization. Do I have a 2? Yes. So I'm going to write it, and then I'm going to cover it up. Remember, I can't cover it. You can't see me cover it. So you're going to have to cover it with your finger, What's left? 3 and 7, multiply them, that's 21. Then I go back, do I see a 3? Yes, so write it down. Then cover it up, what do you see left? 7 times 2, and that's 14. Then I look for a 4, I don't have a 4. 5, no. 6, no. But I can make a 6 by multiplying my 2 times my 3. That's 6. Cover those 2 up, and I'm left with 7. And those numbers are right next to each other. I know those are just going to repeat. So the factors of 42 are 1 and 42, 2 and 21, 3 and 14, 6 and 7, and then I can read them reverse as well. My next one is 36. And again, I'm not 100% sure of all my factors, so I'm going to go ahead and break it down. I do know 6 times 6 is 36. Those are not prime. 2 times 3 is 6. Both of those are prime, so I'm going to circle and leave them alone. Same thing with the next one. Prime factorization is 2 times 3 times 2 times 3. And I start with my 1 times 36. Go down to my list, I see a 2. Cover it. I have 3 times 2 times 3. Well, I know 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 3 is 18. Is there a 3? Yes. I'm going to write it down. Cover it up. I have 2 times 2 times 3. Well, I know 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 3 is 12. Do I see a 4? No, but I can make a 4. 2 times 2 is 4, so I'm going to write that down. I'm going to cover up both 2's because I used them. What's left is 3 times 3, which is 9. Do I see a 5? No. A 6? No, but I can make one. 2 times 3 is 6. Cover both of those up because I used them. What's left is 2 times 3, which is 6. My numbers are repeating. So now I'm looking at my C. Remember, C means common. We're going to see what is common between the two numbers. They both have a 1. They both have a 2. A 3, yes. A 6, yes. And don't forget to go to the other side. 7, no. 14, no. 21, no. And 42, no. So my common are 1, 2, 3, and 6. But what my question was asking me for is my greatest common factor. My greatest common factor is 6 because 6 is greatest in my list of 1, 2, 3, and 6. So my answer would have been A. Okay, let's go on to number 3. Let me erase so you can start reading. Okay, Tara is a very busy student. She is president of Math Club, secretary of the Honor Society, and a flute player in the band. Math Club meets every 15 days. Honor Society meets every 30 days, and band practices every 2 days. How often will all 3 activities fall on the same day? Well, there's nothing in here about largest, greatest, but we are looking at 3 different things going on at different times, and we're trying to figure out when are they going to all happen at the same time. That's going to be LCM, because I'm going to have to grow my numbers for them to, at some point, all 3 be on the same number. So let's look at LCM backwards again. M stands for multiples. Remember, multiples get bigger. So we're looking at Math Club meets every 15 days. So Math Club every 15 days. Honor Society every 30. Honor Society every 30. And the last one is band every 2 days. So band is every 2 days. So if I'm finding multiples, remember I'm basically skip counting by the numbers that we have here on the problem. 15, 30, and 2. Okay, so for our Math Club, they meet on day 15, they meet on day 30, they meet on day 45, and so forth. I'm going to stop because my numbers are getting large. Our Honor Society meets on the 30th day, that means they're going to meet on the 60th day, and so on. Now, I notice already I have a 30 for Math Club and a 30 for Honor Society, and I know with my divisibility rules that 2 will be, or I'm sorry, 2 will go into the 30 because of the 0 at the end. 30 is divisible by 2, so we should be able to skip count by 2s and get to 30. So I'm going to concentrate on my 2s. So band practices the 2nd day, 4th, 6th, 8th, 10th, 12th, 14th, 16th, 18th, 20th, 22nd, 24th, 26th, 28th, and 30th. So band practices a lot. But our question was, when will all 3 activities happen on the same day? Well, again, let's go backwards. We've just done our multiples. Now we're looking for common. Common is, where are the numbers that are the same in all 3? Well, I see that we have a 30 in all 3 of our events. That means they're all going to meet on the 30th day. But that L stands for least, meaning we need to find the first time these numbers all meet. And if you look back, there's no other numbers before that are the same. So the 30th day is the least, or the first, common multiple. So how I would answer this is the 3 activities fall all on the 30th day, or every 30 days. Put every right there. So my answer was B. So basically they would meet, all 3 would meet every 30 days or every month, just about. Okay, let's look at, let's just do the next one. Antonio is making hamburgers. Okay, let me erase. Okay, so we have hamburgers and cheeseburgers for his track team. He puts cheese on every 2nd burger, and he puts onions, ketchup, and mustard on every 3rd burger, which will be the first cheeseburger. So that's going to be a burger with cheese, with onions, ketchup, and mustard. So basically a cheeseburger with everything on it. Again, I don't see anything about greatest number, largest number. I don't see anything about least number, but again, I have these 2 different types of burgers going on separately, and my question wants to know, when do they happen at the same time? Well, that's going to be LCM, because remember, multiples makes my numbers bigger, and my numbers are going to have to get bigger for these 2 events to happen at the same time. Okay, so try this one on your own and then come back and check it with mine. Okay, so you should have checked. We know that he puts cheese on every 2nd burger. So cheese is every 2nd burger. And he puts all this other stuff, onions, ketchup, mustard on every 3rd. So everything else, onions, ketchup, mustard on every 3rd. Well, we want to know when they're going to be the same. So we're going to start to find our multiples. He's going to put cheese on the 2nd burger, the 4th burger, the 6th burger, the 8th burger, the 10th burger, the 12th burger, the 14th, so forth. Let's change to the onion, ketchup, mustard burger. So the 3rd burger has those 3 things on it. That means the 6th burger is going to have the onions, ketchup, mustard. Oh, but wait, we have a match. I see a 6 on the cheese and a 6 on the onion, ketchup, mustard burger. So common is the ones that are the same. Well, if I kept going, I'd have more of the same. But least tells me I need to find the first number that is the same between these 2 multiples. My 6 is the least common multiple of the cheese, onion, ketchup, mustard burgers. That's when they had it on one burger, they had all of that stuff on there. Okay, so GCF, you're looking for greatest, you're looking for largest. LCM, you are looking for least, but if it doesn't happen, also look for things that are going on separately, and they want to know, but when do they happen at the same time? That's going to be your LCM.